guys, my name is Reagan or Deer, and today's going to be the first episode of a small series where we show you how to improve your YouTube videos. Don't get too used to this situation. I know, as you can probably hear, there's quite a bit of reverb and there's some lighting issues as well. We are ironing that out, but I just like to change the scenery up when I can. Fortunately, this room is so big that I can't use it anymore, and it's just not practical to cut everything up and down. So over the past several months, I have been doing some stuff. Now, in this mini-series, we're going to talk to you about how to improve your lighting, your editing skills, your sound skills, workflow management skills, and lastly, scenery. Although this looks good, there's it's not bad, but it's not practical for me, and I need to change it up. And so basically, I'm going to show you how to turn this to this. I'm so sorry I did that. I really wanted to do it. I might not do it ever again, but I can't trust myself for keeping that promise. So anyway, now I just want to say before we go into that, I apologize for the sound. I'm really trying to iron it out. I could use an XLR cable, but I'm trying to continue and use my Rode shotgun mic. I've changed the settings on the camera and it looks fine from what I've seen, but who knows. The other thing is the lighting I'm still working on the lighting. I just bought a bunch of stuff from Amazon. I actually picked up a new lens by a suggestion from Sam Beckman. He said to pick up he uses the 50mm Canon 50mm, but because the Canon 70D has 1.6 crop factor, that would be equivalent of 80mm. So if I was to shoot the same shot with a 24mm, I'd have to stand like this far back, and I'd be talking to a mic, and that really it's not applicable. So I did opt for the 24mm, and I think it's an equivalent of like a 38mm lens or 39mm equivalent. So it's not bad. I'm trying it out. It's got a 2.8 f-stop, so hopefully we've got some bokeh effect. Now, with under $100, you can do a lot to your room. It doesn't have to be this expensive either. It could just be a couple of vertical spaces, maybe a few knickknacks on some things from IKEA, and there you go. You just improved your quality of your videos, and I've seen that. Now, what Sam Beckman did is he actually just got a $50 IKEA drop down curtain, I guess, and basically bounced a colourful light on that, and that's his backdrop, and that's only for $50. I mean, plus obviously lighting, but we're not going to include that for that. Or you could go to the other side of the spectrum and spend thousands of dollars. But we're at $200 today. That's achievable. That's affordable. This is a rental house, so this is what I've done. So you'll best be sure that you can do it at your rental as well. Now, my room felt kind of clinical and empty. There was nothing in there, and it actually felt more cluttered and more crowded than it does currently. And this is with a bunch of extra shelves and stuff like that. And it wasn't practical. It just looked kind of sad. What I wanted to do is go and kind of make a feature wall if I could. And what I did was pick up some ivy or fake ivy from Kmart. They were $35 each. And we stuck them using command hooks, and it just made the room feel so cool. It looks cool, but on camera it looks a bit ick, but maybe with some good lighting we'll be able to make it look better. But for now, it looks okay on camera. The other thing I did want, and after watching Gerard done, kind of reinforced that for me, was I really want industrial shelving because it's practical and it looks cool. So that's what I picked up. So I picked up two industrial shelves, not real industrial because they probably hold no weight, from my local hardware store, and went ahead and put them up. The idea was that we were going to put two shelves behind us and then have a really cool wide backdrop with the industrial shelves and the ivy. But then unfortunately, we didn't use a tape measure, so we didn't know the back length, and the dimensions of the room didn't let me do it across this wall either. So this is what I'm left with. But that's not really a bad thing, because what I've done is I've actually been able to have two waist height shelves, and that has opened up a lot of stuff for me, and has actually added more depth and feature to this wall on the left of me, and allows me to put some more stuff on, I guess, vertical space. So at the moment I've got a monkey wall in there, It's kind of sad because it does have the glare, so I'm trying to figure out a way to remove the glare because it makes this light behind me look kind of bad. As you can see, this reflection. Does it look bad? Do you think it looks bad? I'm not sure, but I think it looks a bit tacky. So maybe I might remove the perspex or something from that, but I do like my monkeys and I do like the reference as well. And with the leftover shelf, what I can do is it opened me up for something that I really, really wanted. And I didn't actually think it was possible, but what that allowed me to do is to have a display shelf. But what this meant is I could do overhead shots without having to do any sort of A-roll, B-roll. I can talk about the product, doing product review, and no one has to know. No one has to know that there's a camera over my head. After I got those pieces together, I then started adding some knickknacks and putting some practical lights in. Practical lights make a huge justice, but sometimes they also do an injustice. So this salt lamp behind me, beautiful. This lamp, not so. But after you do the lighting, you can then work on your props and other things, or you can just fill it with a bunch of practical hardware that I have. So my first shelf on the very top is for my podcast gear, and that's out of the way. It's basically got my boom arms. That's literally all it has. And the second one is my hero shelf. So that hero shelf, it's got my deer emblem. It's also got a pop vinyl, which is a deer as well. And it's also got my dying, kind of sad, fiddly fig that Meg's found on the side of the road. The second shelf consists mainly of just gear I use or, want to use that I can't really put in my shelves. And the third row is just all gaffer and grip stuff. So any stand, lighting stands, camera stands, tripods, this thing above me, backdrops, everything. That's where I put in the bottom. So, it makes kind of a cool feature. It makes it look industrial, but it also actually has a function. I'm not quite done. I've got a lot to go for this room, and hopefully that it can evolve over time, that you guys can notice the evolve over time. Then the next thing I need to do is work on lighting logistics. As you can see, it's a bit shadowy and a bit dark here. I've bought a softbox. I actually bought the wrong softbox a while back. I didn't return it, but I'm hoping to use that like a bounce light with that in the future. So I'm not getting rid of that. But it doesn't really work with my Godox SL60W. So I'm currently using a piece of baking paper and I'm projecting it at the roof. But once I get that and I get the reflector and I get my Viltrox lights, I think this is going to look really nice. And I truly believe that it's going to give this 24mm camera lens and do some justice with it and actually give me that bokeh effect that I was looking for. But overall, this may not be the best how-to that you've seen on how to decorate your room because I can't decorate your room for you. I'm not Mr. Kate, and those guys have really, really good taste. But if you do want to look at even cheaper budget, I'd suggest reaching out to Sam or watching Sam Beckman's video on how he decorated his room. I've been following him for quite some time, and it's really cool to see the video that he did. I wish I could install a black canvas behind me so I could just have, not have to worry about any decor. I just need to work on my lighting, and that'd be great. At the moment, like I said, the lighting's pretty bad. I'm working on getting an improvement for that. If you have any other tips on how you could improve a room and make it more practical, especially for rentals or people that are they can only have a bedroom to record in, please chuck them down below because I would really love to see some of your suggestions and anything you guys have in mind because, it might be something I could use. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, whether it be a part of this mini-series or not. Hopefully it's with Jacob. And yeah, guys, enjoy yourselves. Have a good holiday. Have a good time. Work on your lighting, work on your audio, and I'll see you next time.